The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday to you, man. We're back up. We're at it with another live stream where we're gonna go ahead and go over the markets, look at some crypto news, look at some stock market news, look at what is going on with these investments that we have, and definitely going to get to work this morning and start to see where we can make some money, what's booming, what's not booming, and kind of where this market is. Got some news for you today, got some market overview for you guys today, and then we just go ahead and get into whatever you guys want to get into in the chat. XRP's looking good today. SSK is looking good today, which is the Solana staking ETF, is looking decent. It's performing decent. Not the best, but it's performing decent. Got some ETF news that's come out with Trump's media company. Oh boy, we got a bunch of stuff to get into today, and we're gonna put in this work, and we're gonna do our thing, and we're gonna see where we can make some money, and see what the heck is going on in these markets, man. Stock market's taking off. The crypto market's chopping sideways. It's just chopping sideways, which is not a bad thing. Everybody looks at it like it's a bad thing, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that we can chop sideways for a little while and before we make that move up. I don't necessarily think that's bad. I think we got to let some news roll out, got to let some things happen, and we're in a good spot, baby. We're in a good spot. I think we're in a good spot. And got some tariff stuff that we'll touch on briefly. It is what it is. Got this market moving, and we gonna do our thing. We're gonna get up. We're gonna get after it this morning. The good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. We're gonna talk about it all. Good morning to Junior. What's going on, my brother? Good morning, Ken. What's going on, my brother, to you? Good morning or early afternoon to you. How is everything, man? Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody is doing well. See, we got a bunch of people watching the stream. Go ahead and like that. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're new here. But we're gonna definitely get into it and do what we do, baby. So, FOMC meeting, yes, is today, and that's gonna be a big one. We're gonna see. I don't think anything's gonna happen. The minutes come out today. I'm sorry. Yes, the FOMC minutes come out today. I don't think there's going to be anything shocking in there. I think we're going to see exactly what Powell has been talking about. Just that they're going to wait and see what happens with these tariffs. They're going to wait and see what happens with the economy from these tariffs before they do anything with interest rates. I don't expect to see anything special in the minutes other than what we've already talked about. I don't think it's going to be a market mover today. I do think that we're going to get to some market movers here in a minute when the FOMC does start to cut rates here in the fourth quarter. I think they will cut rates in the fourth quarter. So we'll see. I think the housing market's in a little bit of trouble right now. You got builders, they're building, XRP's on the move. Junior, we'll get into that. I think you got builders building houses, people not being able to afford them. The housing market's in a little bit of trouble. That's going to spur a rate cut, I think. Yeah, Junior, XRP's on the move. It is definitely on the move. Let's go ahead. Let's look at this bad boy. Let's see what we got going on. We got the Asian markets. And they didn't trade too well last night. They didn't close up too well. So we'll see. Which is why some of your cryptos down. The Asian market, they didn't close well. European market, they woke up this morning. They decided to trade. They decided to trade very well. Ken over there making all that European money. Doing this thing over there, making that big long money. Ken got that long money over there. But yeah, he's the European market so far. So far so good, right? So far so good. Definitely all in the green, looking absolutely strong. Then we got the United States pre-markets over here looking phenomenal as well. All in the green, looking great. Looking like we want to wake up this morning. We want to trade. Want to start making a move to the upside. Yep. Stuff, stuff in my stuff in my face. You stuff in your face with that money, baby. Yo, Ken went from eating ramen noodles to eating filet mignon in this market, baby. But yeah, the United States pre-market is looking great. They're looking pretty good. Got oil. Oil's up right now too. Necessarily isn't a great thing for gas prices and everything else, but hey, people making money, they're making money, right? And we got gold's down, silver's up, copper is down. Big tariffs on copper coming out of the United States yesterday, which is why you're looking and seeing this copper price kind of come down a little bit. And I think it'll stabilize today. But yeah, copper definitely got tariffed yesterday. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Right here, stock futures. As stock futures rise as investors monitor Trump's tariff developments. So we got tariffs sitting out here with countries. We got tariffs sitting out here with different industries. Copper industry got popped yesterday. Looks like the pharmaceutical industry may be next. So we're definitely looking at looking at some of that stuff that is going on that we can't control. That macro environmental stuff. We'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. NVIDIA went on an absolute tear yesterday, looking to be a $4 trillion company. So AI is real. AI is here. NVIDIA is killing it right now. Sitting at a $4 trillion company. Absolutely phenomenal. You got right here, let's see here. Thought I had it up. Yep, SSK, which is a Solana staking ETF that came out trading at $25.38 right now. Not too bad. Down a little bit. But definitely not bad for a newer ETF coming out. Remember, it took the Bitcoin ETFs a little while to catch on. It's the Ethereum ETFs are still lagging behind a little bit. So we'll see where the Solana ETF goes. But it's got good volume on it right now. So that's what you want to see. You want to see that good volume. So it's got good volume on it right now. Right around 400K. Checked it this morning. Right around 400K. Not bad. Not bad. Launched over holiday weekend, so I didn't expect much action on it over that holiday weekend. But we'll see. We'll see if this thing can't move a little bit, right? Obviously Elon and them guys are doing their thing over there with Tesla and fighting with each other, and the Tesla shareholders aren't happy. So we'll see where that goes. But I don't expect any big news. Any big news there? Robinhood doing its thing, definitely tokenizing assets and creating a buzz, creating a stir over there with their tokenized assets. So really like what Robinhood's doing right now. Yeah, they're catching a little bit of heat, catching a little bit of FUD right now, but you're going to do that, and you're going to catch that FUD, you're going to catch that heat when you're first to market, and you're kind of changing the way things are done. So I like where Robinhood is. Getting over here to the cryptocurrency market, baby. What's up with crypto? What's going on with our crypto bags? We got Bitcoin sitting at 52, sitting in neutral. Good spot for Bitcoin right now, in neutral. Like it. Got altcoin season over here, 28 out of 100. Says we're in altcoin season, but we know Bitcoin's still dominating the market right now. We're just tipping into altcoin season. Just got the tippy toe into altcoin season. See where that goes. Looking good this morning. I took a peek at it this morning. Definitely looking good. Got the cryptocurrency market cap sitting at $3.37 trillion. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hit that subscribe button. Do your thing. Sitting at 3.37 trillion on the cryptocurrency market rate, on the cryptocurrency market cap right now. So definitely on the move up. We like that. ETFs put in yesterday plus $122 million. So definitely trading well. Trading well on the ETFs. Bitcoin put in a positive 75 million. And Ethereum put in a positive 46, about 47 million. Can't wait for the Solana one to be up there as well. Got to start tracking that. That is a crypto ETF that they need to start tracking over here for positive inflows and outflows, and bump them numbers up a little bit, baby. Bump them numbers up a little bit. Let's go. And then we got the Bitcoin dominance sitting at 64.2% right now. But more importantly, for altcoin season, we got the Ethereum dominance ticking up at 9.3%. That's good. That's good for altcoins. That's good for meme coins. That's good for everything else. So I want to see that Ethereum dominance continue to tick up. You want to see your bags grow? Look at the dominance. Look at the Ethereum dominance. That'll tell you everything you need to know. Coming over, let's look at we got over here the total 3. We haven't looked at this one in a minute. The total 3. We're on a 4-hour chart over here. You guys know I love the 4-hour charts. This is everything minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. Sitting at $854 billion right now. Definitely on the way up. It looks like it's moving to the upside. You see the RSI and everything moving strictly to the upside. Looking absolutely phenomenal. You see the green candles over the EMAs, over the moving averages. And it looks like this thing wants to go. Just needs a little bit more life to it, and this thing will be ready to pop. And that's when your altcoins will pop, when this thing pops. And when these things over here on chain start to move a little bit more. So let's see where we are at on chain. BNB is definitely killing it, 6.4 billion. Yo, what is up with the BNB chain? BSC chain? Whew, they are smoking everybody, and it's not even close, man. BNB is smoking everybody. Solana sitting at 2.04 billion right now. Solana's really starting to tick up on their chain over there as well. Ethereum sitting at number 3 at 1.8 billion. Solana's smoking it, but BNB is absolutely killing it. Then you got Base coming in right now at like 963 million in 24-hour volume. And then Polygon creeping up here. We talked about this on Monday at number 5. Polygon took a monster move to the upside. Gotta like that. One of the old tried and trues. Arbitrum sitting here. You guys know I like Arbitrum. Robinhood's using Arbitrum. That's why I think this thing's gonna pop. This thing's gonna move. Once Robinhood really starts to unload their tokenized assets, sitting at 372 million right now, so in 24-hour volume. So doing great, man. On-chain data is looking really, really strong. This is what you want to see. So where are we at with the cryptocurrency market in general? What's these bubbles look like right now, baby? They look good. This is the daily. The daily looks absolutely phenomenal. You look at all that green just sitting there staring you in the face. Look at all that green making all that money, baby. All that money just looking good. Just looking good. what's it look like on the hourly. We'll get into Crow in a minute. I got some stuff for Crow. Crow popped off yesterday. Really, really popped off yesterday. So looking at the hourly looks absolutely phenomenal too. We'll monitor this hourly as we continue to move across the stream here in the next hour. So definitely looks good. We got XRP sitting here at $2.35, popping off, man. XRP starting to look really bullish, really starting to look like it wants to make that next move up to $3. It really looks like it's trying to get there. Slowly every single day trying to get there. So it looks like it's moving. Uh, what's up with the Fox? How are you? Hope you're doing well, man. Hello. Uh, oh, that's right. It's your bedtime, man. What's up with the Fox? What's up, man? How are you? Uh, we'll catch up. Yo, you guys check out With the Fox, man. Doing a little something over there, man. Go check out that project. Doing a little something. Good dev behind that project. So go ahead, check them out. Got a lot of stuff coming out. And With the Fox doing a little something, man. Stepped in to say hi. Hope you're doing well, my man. Get some rest, get some sleep. I know it's nighttime where you're at, so go ahead, man. Get some rest, man. Get some sleep. Do your thing, man. Keep developing, man. Um, XRP's popping off though. Trying to get to that. Trying to get to that $2 that $3 mark, right? Um, and You look, man, popping. We're gonna see where it goes. We're gonna look at the chart here in a minute. BNB definitely popping right now with all that on-chain stuff. Solana's looking really strong at 153. Anytime it can hold $150, Solana looks good, looks strong, looks like it wants to move. So really like where Solana is right now. Cardano busted up to 60 cents. Like to see the movement in Cardano because it takes a lot to move Cardano. So definitely like to see that movement. This Hydro Liquid Hype token. We've been talking about this one since 17 bucks, sitting at 39.16. Want to see this thing back up in that $40 range. Sui, definitely 290, 294. Let's get up to $3 today, Sui. Let's go. Looking good, looking really good. Chainlink's above that $14 mark, looking solid. The whole market's looking solid. Look at Stellar finally starting to come to life above 25 cents, looking at that 27 cents. So definitely looking good. We'll come back over here and check these prices out in a minute. Let's get into some news real quick. Got a bunch of big news. Donald Trump expands crypto full footprint with the Trump social blue chip ETF that they applied for. They put their S1 in for this blue chip ETF, which is absolutely huge news for crypto. And people are to ask, well, what's in this ETF, right? Why are they so bullish, right? Why are people loving this ETF? Well, it's that basket of crypto ETFs that we're looking for, right? Where everybody wants this basket, everybody wants an ETF that, a lot of investors on the stock market want an ETF where they can just get exposure to some of the top cryptos without buying them all. Yo, Selmo, good morning, my brother. And this is it right here. So Trump's social media platform is gonna launch this ETF. Well, they applied to launch this ETF. What's in it, right? What's in it? That's key. Well, when you look at it, it's going to have, let's see here. It's going to have 70% Bitcoin, right? It's going to have 15% of Ethereum. It's going to have 8% of Solana. It's going to have 5% XRP, and it's going to have 2% Crow. And this is why Crow popped off yesterday. This is why Crow popped right here. This is the beginning, middle, and end of why Crow popped yesterday. We'll go back. We'll look at this Crow price, and we'll see how good it did yesterday. Because Crow was popping yesterday. Crow was on an absolute move yesterday. It's up 12.9% 24 hours. But when you look at this move that it put in yesterday, it put in a high of 0.099. So it almost got to 10 cents. They pulled it back from 0.099, but this thing was trying to push 10 cents yesterday on the high, up 12.9%, was trying to push it, man. It's up 15% on the week. And obviously yesterday was its high, but when you look at this thing, man, it almost got to 10 cents yesterday. And this thing was, I would expect maybe a little bit of a push up today with Crow because the market looks really good. It's sitting at 9 cents, 9.3 right now. I wouldn't be surprised if Crow makes another push up to 9.9. But definitely looks like Crow wants to push off of this news that it's in this ETF right here. So we'll see what happens. And also with these ETFs, and big money, big investors want to get in. They want to get in early. There is actually regulation. There's actually proposals out there right now to cut the approval process for these ETFs down from 200 days to 75 days, which is good, and it's really good for the XRP ETFs that are coming out too, because if they cut that time frame from 200 days down to 75 days, you may see a flood of ETFs start to come into the market real quick, which means a ton of volume. Listen, homeboy, listen, homeboys. Whenever Selmo starts with the listen, homeboys, he's about to drop something. Don't mean to bust your bubble, but crypto. You just flipped on me. Don't mean to bust it. Someone got the rhymes this morning. Mean to bust your bubble. Crypto of the world ain't nothing but trouble. 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 Yo, that's that old Fresh Prince stuff, man. What's up, Scottish? How are you, brother? How are you? Good morning. Good morning, brother. Uh wasn't expecting a pump. Wasn't expecting a pump overnight, but yeah, hey, why not? Why not, Scottish? We got ETF news coming over here from Trump's going to launch this ETF. With the Solana. It's a bundled ETF. It's going to have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP and Kronos. And that's why Kronos popped off yesterday. SPX 6900 popped off yesterday too. We'll get into that chart because you guys know it's not a gating stream. It's not a DG stream without looking at some SPS 6900. What's up, Curtis? Good morning. Good morning, my brother. Avo unveils a platform offering 1,000x leverage on select stocks like MSTR. That's a mining stock, and Circle. So look, you're starting to see these decentralized platforms come over here now, and they're starting to get into tokenized stocks. And this is that big deal, right? This is what Robinhood's looking at. This is what everybody's looking at. This is what everybody's trying to do, is get into these tokenized assets. Avo, I call it Avo, is definitely unveiling this with up to 1,000x leverage. I don't suggest anybody using 1,000x leverage. I think that's reckless, but you have the ability to do that now over here on this platform on select tokenized assets. And this is big. You're starting to tokenize stocks, starting to tokenize assets. This is what we've all talked about. This is what we all looked at. This is what we all been waiting for, is these tokenized assets to start taking off. And look, these decentralized platforms are doing it, right? And I like it. I like it better when it's decentralized rather than when it's centralized. But Robinhood kicked this bad boy off. We're gonna see who else catches up, right? We're gonna see who else catches up because that's a big deal, right? That's a huge deal. But we talked a lot about this, right? BlackRock in Ukraine. BlackRock trying to get all the mineral rights and everything else from Ukraine. Well, guess what, guys? It's crazy how we just talk about this on a Monday, and here we go. BlackRock's going to go ahead and halt all of their buying of land and stuff over there in Ukraine because uh, they don't see the security. It's a security risk, right? Basically, Ukraine's in trouble right now. They're losing ground. They're losing assets. They're losing their land. So BlackRock's pulling back this fund that they had to rebuild Ukraine. So, interesting because we just talked about this on Monday, and now here we are. BlackRock's pulling back its fund. So gonna be real interesting to see what happens over there because BlackRock owns a lot of property over there in Ukraine, and they were definitely looking at possibly taking over that country when it comes to land and everything else. And now they're pulling back because investors are pulling out because you have uncertainty over there. But the total three market cap looks absolutely phenomenal. It looks like altcoins are definitely starting to make a move here. Want to look at a little bit of what let's look at a little bit of what XRP has going. Well, XLM. Let's look at XLM first. Let's look at look at XL this 4 hour chart, guys. 4 hour chart here. So look at XLM making a move up to 27 cents right here. It's definitely getting ready to go into that overbought territory, but it's not really because the RSIs aren't even crossing each other right here. They're sarcastic, so it looks like it's got more room to move to the upside. So definitely looking strong right here. On the 4 hour, it definitely looks good. It's definitely above the moving averages. XLM looks like an absolute beast right now. Looks like a beast. And it is pumping. Yes, Curtis, XLM is pumping. We talked about this on Monday that XLM, when we were talking about it on Monday, we're probably right up in here somewhere. We're just getting out of this box that I have drawn here when it was on its downturn. And, I said it broke out and XLM had a decision to make, right? Where was it going to go, right? What was it going to do? Where was it going to go? We're about right here. It was just breaking out of that box. It came back down. It tested that downtrend, and boom, it just took off. It made a monster move here up to 27 cents, and it looks like it's going to continue to run. All indicators on this 4 hour chart here says that XLM is going to continue to run in this market today. So definitely looks really good. Looking at the XRP chart, you see the same thing over here on the 4 hour. This thing looks like it wants to move, right? Was stuck right here. It was stuck right here, right around this $2.25 level, $2.18 level. Busted out of this little support that I had right here, trading sideways, and it looks like it wants to go. The stochastic says that it has a lot more room to run before it gets overbought. XRP looks like it wants to move this morning, sitting at $2.37. XRP's trying. It won't surprise me if XRP doesn't test $3 here pretty soon. I think all signs are pointing to XRP testing them levels of $3. Everything looks good. It's not even anywhere near overbought right now. It's just making its move to the upside right here. So this thing looks really good. Looks like it wants to run. SPX 6900 sitting at $1.44 is absolutely on the move as well. Let's look at this thing. This thing's starting to make this massive run here. Like it's the stochastic looks good. You look at that 4 hours over the EMAs looking really strong. This thing wants to go. This thing definitely wants to move. wants to move, make a strong move. So XLM, XRP, SPX 6900 looks like they're trying to make this make a very very strong day. Let's look at Pepe. Pepe sitting here at 40s 1023, looking good, looking really really solid. Again, Stochastic is looking good. Looks like it wants to run. Doesn't look like it's curling over a little bit. Starting to come above. It's messing around with these moving averages right here. If it can bust above this 30 right here, we're gonna be good. And I think it will. But you notice every time it touches, it gets rejected. I think that might change. It might change today or tomorrow. I think we'll bust above this. And as long as the market can stay positive, Pepe is going to bust above these moving averages, and you're probably going to see a chart similar to SPX 6900 where this thing just continues to run to the upside here. So really like that. Really like where Pepe is. Pepe's setting up. Pepe's setting up for a nice run. Uh, you talking about Zbeck Scottish? Zbeck made a good move yesterday too. We can look at it. We pull that chart up. I've been watching this project because I've been waiting for this project to actually seem like it's legitimate. But on a 4 hour here, let's look at this thing, right? It was in this nasty downtrend right here. Zbeck is in this nasty, nasty downtrend right here. Sitting at 2 zeros, 305, 4. It's definitely starting to come back up into its moving averages over here. Made a nice move. It's actually been making a nice move for the past day or so. Definitely making a decent move. I'm not sold on this project yet. Just not sold on it. I know they got a speaking engagement coming up pretty soon here. We'll see. I'm looking for the legitimacy of this project, right? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the legitimacy. You look at their website; they want to revolutionize the way that people are paid. Financial institutions are, utilize payment systems and things like that. Um, so we'll see. That's a tough business to be in, and we'll see what type of legs they have. But the Stochastic RSI looks like it's getting ready to cross over here in a minute. So like if you really want to get in on Zbeck, I would just hold off for a minute. Let this thing cross. Let this thing be overbought right now. It looks like it's getting ready to go into that overbought territory. Let that happen. Let this thing come back down. Let this thing come back down here into this oversold territory, and then take a position. Yeah, as I said, they have a meeting today. Got to see the legitimacy of this thing, though. Uh, but but I will tell you, if you're leverage trading this, there's opportunities all over the place here. Just play the sarcastic RSI. If you play this thing right, you will hit these pumps like right here. You right here. It called the low. It called the low right here. Had a little bit of a run. You had to trade sideways a little bit, but if you would have just waited, you would have had a nice breakout on a leverage trade right there. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what the legitimacy of this thing is. I'm not totally writing this project off yet. As you know, as one of these ones that are just out here doing what it's doing, but I am skeptical of this program, this project. Very, very skeptical of this project. I would trade this, Scottish. I think Zbeck is a better project to leverage trade than it is to own at 3 cents. I think it's a better. It's definitely a better. It's a better. It's a better project to own, trade than it is. Some projects are just better to leverage trade than they are to own, and I think this project is one of them. Energy X. We're gonna come back over here. We'll come back over here to CNBC. We'll pull it up. What's the ticker on it? Is it this one, Selma? Have a good one, Junior. Is it this one, Selma? EFO? EFO? I'll pull it up for you. You just got to tell me which one of these it is. There's a couple tickers. There's a couple different. There's a couple different companies here. Got to tell me what it is, Selma. Got to tell me which one it is. $4 hour, Curtis. My favorite candles are the 4 hours. XE. My favorite candle are the 4 hours, Curtis. I like the 4 hours. They give you a better look. If you're day trading, the 4 hours will give you a better look. I don't see it here somewhere. See it. Let me come over here. Try to bring it up on TradingView. I don't see it, Selma. Let me see what you got going on, Selma. XC. Dow Jones 60. 100. Nice pump. With 6 million. With 6 million now. Now strong. At 11. Yeah. Z-Back is all right. I mean, we're going to see. I would trade it, though. Scott says I use 4 hour. Yeah, I use 4 hours too. Gives you the best. Gives you the best view for day trading. I'll tell you though, if you're gonna buy and hold, uh, my bad, my bad. It's a privately traded. Okay, that's why. That's why we can't bring it up. It's privately traded. All right, but if you're day trading, I use a 4 hour. Get my entry up in here. Um, use a 4 hour. Look for an entry. Like see what the sarcastic's doing, and then I narrow it down. Like if I say I want to get into something, then I'll narrow it down to the hour. I'll wait for it to be oversold, and then if I narrow it, then I'll narrow it down to the 15 minute and wait for it to be oversold, and that's where I'll get in. And that's what I that's how I get into a lot of my trades. Is I actually just narrow them down. Uh, so that's how. But I definitely use the 4 hour. And if I'm buying something like, let's say I hold Aerodrome, right? I hold a lot of I hold Aerodrome. It's, we'll pull it up. I hold Pepe, right? So I'm looking right now. I'm looking at this thing is below the EMAs. It's sitting at 70 cents right now. It's below the EMAs. It's it's kind of overbought right now. It looks like it's going to be oversold. It looks like it's coming down a little bit on the oversold. So I'll wait for it to be oversold here. But when I'm buying and holding something, I look for on the monthly chart really to see what it's doing on the monthly. Then I'll move to the 4 hour. I'll try to get a position. Um, if I'm holding something, because usually if I'm holding something, I'm usually holding it for 1 to 6 months, right? So if not longer, right? So I like to use that monthly chart to kind of tell me where that momentum is really going, and then I'll narrow my charts down. But for my day trades, when I just look at stuff on a day, it's definitely the 4 hours probably the way to go. You the hour doesn't. It's nice for once you're already in something, but when you're trying to get into projects and you're really trying to figure out where the projects are, the 4 hours is the best. But yeah, Zbeck. I mean, I don't know. Looks good right now. Looks good. Um, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But I would definitely trade this. Like I would look at this and I'd wait for this thing to go down into this sold oversold territory, put in a long on it and ride it up and just rinse and repeat it. And then that way, if this thing is not proved to be not legitimate, you still made a little bit of money, and you didn't risk your long term money on it, right? So, and you could trade it with leverage. It's all about risk reward, right? It's all about risk reward. But yo, Crow, because Crow was included in this Trump ETF, we're looking here. We're looking at a major pump yesterday. Major pump yesterday. H bar looks good right now, sitting at 16 cents. Right now, looks like it's trying to push 17 cents. So definitely, H bar looks good right now. ADA Crow looks absolutely phenomenal right now. I mean, ADA. Did I just bring up the wrong one? Yeah, Cardano. Cardano looks really good right now, sitting at 60 cents. Looks really, really strong. Like Cardano, I think Cardano's people are sleeping on Cardano. You see SPX 6900, like we said, up to a buck 42, looking strong. A lot of these projects right now are looking strong. XLM up 7%, looking like an absolute beast. Coming over here to the hour, Floki had a nice run yesterday too. If you played the pullback on this, Floki had a nice run yesterday. It was up 7.1% on the day. Yesterday looks like it's sitting at all these zeros. 44444 was the high. Sitting at all these zeros, lost that, lost that, lost that. No, it didn't lose a zero, but nine lost to 4-4. So Floki had a nice run yesterday. I was watching it. Had a pretty decent run. I'm not in Floki, but it did have a decent run. Bonk, we talked a lot about Bonk on Monday, making big moves on the chart, starting to pull back. But we talked about this pullback. Told you this pullback was going to happen with Bonk. When we looked at Bonk, it just makes sense. Uh, got to know what's going on, and this just makes sense. That Bonk itself would have a pullback, right? Because when you look at it, let the charts tell you what's going to happen. Don't try to guess the market, right? And this is definitely people were trying to guess this market, which is good, I guess. But you could see it's completely oversold territory right now. It needed to come down and breathe. It had this massive push up right here. You see it sat inside these EMAs for a while, right? It traded inside these moving averages for a while. So you knew it had to make a decision. Either it was going to pop back down below these moving averages or it was going to make a run, right? So it decided it was going to make a run. So it pulled out of these moving averages, made this big run to the upside. I don't suggest anybody buying anything, stocks or cryptos or anything, when they're this far up off of the moving averages. Because what happens is these cryptos, these stocks, everything always pull back down into these moving averages, right? So that's what you're waiting for right now. You're waiting for this pullback into these moving averages, and then that's when you buy, right? You let this thing pop off, you let it pull back up into here, and then you buy, and then you let it pop off again. It's always going to come back here, right? So Bonk had to pull back. It's going to pull back into these moving averages. So if you're looking to get in it, or if you're looking just to capitalize on that run a little bit with some leverage, I would wait. I'd wait for it to pull back into here, and then just be patient. It will come back into there, and just let it ride from there. But Bonk had an amazing run to the upside right here. Definitely, because Bonk was asleep for a while, guys. You see it sitting here on the 4 hour. You got these averages here, bang, bang. It just kept getting rejected off of these moving averages all the way down in the down channel. Is usually exactly how it happens. Then it makes its break up into the moving averages, and then boom, it broke out. This is common trading right here. But let it come back down into the averages. It always does. Every crypto always will. Never buy this. It's way too far off the moving averages. Never buy that. Never buy that. You'll get wrecked every single time if you try to buy that. Link had a nice run yesterday too. Definitely getting ready to make this crossover here into the overbought territory on the 4 hour here. Definitely making it made a nice move. But again, watch for this thing to pull back down in here to these averages here. It's not too far off the averages, but still a little bit higher than where you would like it, sitting at 1403. Watch for this pullback, and then the next run up. But yeah, Link had a good day yesterday as well. Um, so definitely like where Link is. Talked about ZBAC. Looked a little bit at Aerodrome. Love this Aerodrome project though. I would wait. See if it's sitting at 71 cents. Looks like it wants to break today. Looks like it wants to make a move, but it's still kind of overbought right now. I would wait. I think there's a pullback coming to about 67 cents, 60, 69, 67 cents, somewhere up in there. But I definitely high on this project right here. I think this project is going to send. We got Shui, call it what you want, but you see, this one's setting up exactly like we talk about, right? It's in the moving averages right here. It's traded sideways inside of this moving average. It's in at $2.94. It looks like it wants to break out, right? So it tried to break out 4 hours ago, 6 hours ago, or whatever this candle here closed. But the candle that we're on right now looks like it wants to break out. And if this thing breaks out, if this thing can confirm this breakout right here and make another candle above that, this thing's gonna run. This thing's gonna go. Sitting at $2.94 right now. This thing will move. What's up, Big Watch dude? What's up? So, but we definitely have a crap ton of good news going on in the markets. we got XRP running, we got XLM running, we got Ripple, you know, applying for a bank license. We got Circle applying for a bank license. We got Trump's social media company launching a ETF, a bundle ETF. You got Grayscale adding XRP to its top ETF. Top ETF. I mean top. Um, yeah, I call it an ETF. They call it something else. It will become an ETF here pretty soon. So you got Grayscale adding XRP over there. You've got the Solana ETF that's out on the market right now. You have proposals from the government to limit the days to approval of an ETF from 200 and something days to 75 days. Bunch of good news going on right now. You got Ava launching on its platform, launching up to 1,000x leverage on select tokenized stocks, which is absolutely huge. I don't suggest anybody take 1,000x leverage, but the options there. If you take 1,000x leverage, you're probably gonna get absolutely wrecked. But this platform, they're tokenizing stocks, they're tokenizing all that, and we'll be able to trade them over there. And I like where it's going. What's up, Fairground? What's going on, dog? Good morning. It seems like Ripple XRP's good news is released every day. I think they got some good news every day. I think they do. What's holding them up is the case. They got to settle that. They got to move on. Just pay the fine. Move on. You got to move on. I don't understand why they're still trying to fight the good fight, but it is what it is. I mean, there's probably reasons behind the scenes, but they'll never get an SEC approval for anything until that's taken care of. It's hard for the SEC to approve something when the case is still open. It's hard, but you know, I like this 1,000x leverage platform here. I don't suggest anybody use 1,000x, use 10x, use 15x, use 20x at the most, but don't. If you want to use 1,000x, go ahead, but consider that play money. And then BlackRock right here halts this Ukraine fund. This is something that, like I said, we talked about this on Monday. BlackRock was buying up all the land in Ukraine. They were doing all that stuff, and they were looking at a rebuild plan in Ukraine, and they stopped it. They stopped getting money in that fund. So, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Let's see here. See how my boy Brian's doing, sending a 2 mil. Like this project. One of the projects too, low market cap project that I'm kind of looking at right now. I'll show you guys why I'm looking at it. Is Leica, sitting at 479K right now. One of the reasons I'm looking at it is because this thing ran up in here to about the $3 million mark, has this nasty pullback. So I'm waiting to see what the team's going to do with this thing. If this nasty pullback here was everybody says it was a bundler wallet that bundled everything up and left it, just kind of sold off on it. But we're gonna see. I want to see what the team does here right around this 400K mark, because if the team can get this thing moving just to get back up to 3 mil, you're looking at a nice gain right here. I mean, everything else looks good. The holder count sitting at 92.11K, which is a crap ton of holders. The 24-hour volume sitting at 334K right now, so it's got good volume on it. So just as a FYI, this is one that I'm kind of looking at, sitting here right around 479K. So I'm gonna look at that, but keep my eye on that one. If I start to see a turnaround, I may jump into this one. This one may be decent. We'll see. It's up to the team though. They got to turn that thing around. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. But low. I'm not telling anybody. I'm not telling anybody to get into it. But it might be one to keep your eye on. Keep your eye on it. Just because it's beat down a little bit. Fairground, how you been, man? How you been, brother? How you been in this market? You been hanging in there all right? Because this market's just been choppy. You know what I mean? This whole market's just been choppy, choppy, choppy. But I don't know. I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think we're just setting up for the big takeoff. So I'm not really too worried about this market. Got to make. That's why I tell you guys, you got to in the crypto market, you got to be able to make money multiple ways, right? You got to be able to either trade it. You got to be able to. You can't just if you're just buying and holding, you're just waiting. Sometimes you're a sitting duck, right? But if you're putting your money in liquidity pools, or you're selling, or you're buying, or you're doing some leverage trading, or you're doing some staking, or whatever your um, second mode of crypto is, you're usually doing pretty good. But you gotta be able. If you're just buying and holding, sometimes you're just waiting around. That's never a good thing. What's going on, Heat? Good morning, good morning, good morning, my brother. You been in the background? It's all good, man. It's all good. You had to rewind. Yo, it's all good, Heat, man. It's all love, man. Grand Rising. Where we up, man? We up. Holding and what? Watching. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, you got to be able to hold. Uh, you know, but you should, always try to learn something else, right? Try to learn a new skill. Uh, I got XRP trying to push $3 here. Pretty soon. Uh, Big watch. XRP is going to try to push $3 here pretty soon. All signs point to that, right? Looking at just look at the, no FOMO, none of that stuff, right? Like I don't listen to all that. Like XRP is going to $50, that's going to $100. I don't listen to all that, right? None of that means anything to me. What means something to me is this chart right here, right? So when you look at it, sitting at $2.38, right? And you look at the RSIs and everything else, it's all pushing to the upside, right? It's all momentum's pushing to the upside. The chart's pushing to the upside. Everything's pushing to the upside. It's got future spot ETFs coming out. It's got the retail investor interested. So with all of that all wrapped into one, you look at it and you go, this thing can push $3 here pretty quick. So I don't think that XLM's too far behind it either. Ken, what you working, Ken? Ken's out there grinding. Yeah, I think that's a possibility, Big Y. I think there could be you could see XRP make a $3 move as long as the market stays consistent. Because we got so many unknowns. I mean, you come over here, you have this tariff talk. You know what I mean? You got Trump put tariffs on copper yesterday. He's talking about putting tariffs on pharmaceuticals. You got we got an extension till August on the regular tariffs. But as long as the market can stay somewhat decent, right, and moving in that upward movement, I think a $3 XRP by the end of the month is very doable. Yeah, XLM's on the move too. We talked a little bit about that fairground. You look at XLM and where XLM's headed. I like XRP. I like the XLM move as well. I think the XLM move is pretty, pretty damn strong. I do. I like this. I like this the way that this chart looks. You look at the 4 hour right here, and we talked about this on Monday, right? I just kind of review kind of what we already talked about. Monday was probably down in here somewhere, right? We were just breaking out of this downward trend, right? We had this downward trend in XLM, right? It was on downward movement, which was never good. And we talked about this on Monday. We said XLM had a decision to make, right? In this, when it started to break out of this box, XLM had a decision. Either it was going to move to the upside, or actually, it's right up in here. We started talking about, or we're going to come back down to the bottom side of this box, right? I had a decision, because it couldn't play around in this downtrend, just steady downtrend, for too much longer, right? It had to make a move either to the upside, or really break below this downtrend and really start to make a move to the downside. And I said, XLM is either going to go or it's going to bottom out, right? And it moved. It broke out of this downtrend. It came back. It retested this downtrend, which is standard trading stuff, right? To confirm this breakout, it came back in here, confirmed it, and then took off, right? Standard trading. Break out of the downtrend, come back test the downtrend, and move, right? Sitting at 27.9 right now. 27.9. Absolutely phenomenal. Look for XLM to start pushing 30 cents here pretty damn quick. And if you look at this candle, it's eating up. It's this 4 hour candle is, when we first, it's starting to eat up the buys, right? So it's starting to eat up the sells, right? So look for this thing to try its best to push to 30 cents here, as XRP pushes to $3, right? As XRP pushes up to $3, watch for XLM to start pushing up to 30 cents. Definitely XLM looks really strong, but also pay attention to the signal right here on the stochastic RSI that it could start to get to a overbought territory. So you may have a slight pullback to come back down here to this oversold territory, from overbought to oversold before it makes that next move to the upside. But it definitely looks good. XLM definitely looks good. XRP looks good. XLM looks good. SPX 6900 looks absolutely phenomenal as well. Kind of in the same situation. Aerodrome looks like it's heating up. It's getting to be a little bit overbought right here at 70 cents. Look for this pullback to happen, much like we say. But Aerodrome's got to get above these EMAs before we can really say that it's taken off. But it's definitely looking decent. Where's Bitcoin? What's Bitcoin looking at right now? Bitcoin's just riding sideways movement right here. 109, 109.07. Looks like it's coming to the top side of that movement right there. Looking really good though. Looking above the EMAs. Looking good. Looking like it wants to go on a nice little run today. Stochastic RSI looks like it wants to move to the upside. Bitcoin's looking good today. Ethereum probably in the same boat over here. Looks like might get a little bit overbought here on Ethereum, but Ethereum busted above that 2,500 mark up to 26. I kind of expect Ethereum to run a little bit today. We might get a slight pullback in Ethereum, but I expect it to go today. If Bitcoin goes today, I expect Ethereum to go today as well. So it looks good. Then all of these projects look good. Link looks good. SPX looks good. XLM looks good. ZBEC, I know Scott has loved ZBEC. I'm still 50-50 on this thing. Looks very good this morning. Looks good. If we get a pullback, I might take a long on ZBEC. Like I said, like I was telling people earlier, I think ZBEC is a project that you trade, you don't hold. Too many questions with it. But if you're trading it with leverage, you make your money, get out, and then you're not left holding the bag here. If it doesn't work out, you're not left holding the bag, but you still made some money off of it. So I would trade this project. I wouldn't own this project, and there's a big difference. Ondo, Ando finally broke out above the moving averages here, sitting at 81 cents. Ando's looking like it wants to make that run that we all expected to make here. Uh, Ando sitting at 81 cents. I think Ando's going. Ando, you're gonna see start pushing. By the time this thing's all said and done, I this is I'm not. I'm not a financial advisor. If you need one, seek one. I'm not him, but I think Ando, you're probably by the time all this is said and done, by the end of this run in 2025, you probably sitting at 81 cents right now. You could be looking at a $10 Ando. Uh, I know you don't own Zback. You said you were looking for a spot to get in, Scottish, or possibly, it's possibly so, but I would trade it. QNT over Zback all day. Yeah, QNT definitely Quant over Zback. I mean, Quant's established. It's an established project, right? Zback, even if it's doing what it says it's doing, it's so brand new. It's just trying to gain its legs. But um, we'll see. We'll see where Zback goes. Like we're definitely watching it over here. Definitely watching. Like I said, as soon as this thing has a pullback, look at it, 2 zeros, 3 0. And I told you guys, like right here, if you guys remember, when it was up here, I said, I'm shorting this thing. And I was in this short all the way up to about right here. I watched it turn a little bit. I should have stayed in it, but I got out. I got out because it was right here on the support. What little bit of support it had right here, it was on the support, started to turn a little bit, so I got out. Should have stayed in it because I could have rode it all the way down to here, but it's all good. Money's money, right? You make money, right? There's always more money to be made, right? I should have stayed in it here. So if this thing starts to turn a little bit, puts a red candle on a 4 hour, I'll probably take a long on this. I'll probably take a long on Zback and just see where it goes. Probably put a 5x leverage on there though. Something small. Something small. So definitely looking good. So all right guys, I'm gonna get out of here for the day. Market looks good. Let's take one last look at these bubbles real quick. See where we're at. The 1 hour. Like we like to monitor this thing on the stream. Looks really, really good this morning. Looking really strong. Uh, XLM looking at 5.1% up today. XRP 1.7% on the hour. XLM is on a freaking move right now. The thing is moving this hour. ADA's up 2%. Definitely on the move. Uh, Bonk pulling back a little bit as expected. Polygon pulling back a little bit as expected. Uh, so FET is one we didn't look at. You guys know I love this AI play right here. Sitting at 68 cents. Not doing too bad. Hanging in there. No real big moves on it, but it's hanging in there. Pepe doing really great. Got it zero. Reclaimed it zero. Sitting at 4 zeros 1 0 looking strong this morning. Looking absolutely strong. So love to see that. Love to see that because my Pepe bag is looking real nice right now. Real nice. So like to see that. But yeah, so the market looks really good on the hour. Looks really good on the day. So everything's looking positive today. Now, if Trump could just be quiet and not threaten people, and we don't get any crazy news today, I think the market should be all right, and we'll be able to watch this thing continue to go up. But with that, guys, we're up out of here, and we'll see you guys again on Friday morning to back up to look at this thing again, look at this market, see where we're going, see what we're going to do, and see where we're headed. FOMC meeting minutes come out today. I expect zero impact on the market, and Trump quiet. Scottish, yeah, I don't know. We'll hear from him at some point today. But yeah, we're gonna get a pump, man. We're gonna get a pump up, baby. We're gonna pump it up. The market's pumping, man. BTC, yeah, BTC's on a rocket ship. I think BTC's gonna break out today. We may see 110. We may see 110 on Bitcoin today. So remember, 112 is all time high. Yeah, we may see 110. We may see 110 on Bitcoin today. I do believe that. But all right, y'all, we up out of here. See you on Friday. Bye. Peace.